Hi chess lovers, welcome to our channel. That today we will review played by Mr. Paul Morphy against his uncle Mr. Ernest Morphy. And Mr. Paul Morphy take a first move with moving to e4 and continue to e5 and knight to f3 threatening the pawn and knight to c6 defending the pawn and bishop moving to c4. The opening chess, the Italian game, the most lovely opening chess, and continue to c5, the best move known against the Italian game, and continue to b4, threatening the bishop. And this move also called the Evans Gambit. If he accepts the Evans Gambit with bishop take pawn, then bishop in c1 in next further will be easy move to e3 to dominate the f8 square, so king will not be easy to short castle. And in this game he accept the Evans Gambit with bishop take pawn and continue to c3 threatening the bishop again, and queen will be easy to move to b3 to make double threatening to f7 square. And also knight can move to g5, threatening the f7 square too, if he a good timing to move to g5. And when Mr. Paul Morphy against his father Mr. Alonso Morphy, this bishop moved to c5 and continue to d4, threatening the bishop. And you can see the match that I'm already make it before this video. You can look back to my channel. But at this time when played with Mr. Ernest Morphy, his uncle, bishop moved back to a5. And this move also called the Evans Gambit with a slow variation. And the bad thing, if we move bishop to e5, that he closed the e5 square, that actually knight will be need to move to e5 to avoid the attack bishop in c4 and to dominate the b3 square, because somehow queen will be moved to b3. And we continue to d4, threatening the pawn. So pawn in e4 can move to e5 and will dominate the f6 square. And knight will not have a lot of move anymore. And actually he accept with pawn take pawn. And of course we cannot move pawn take pawn, because bishop open king to e1. Usually will be a strong position if we can take pawn in d4, so we can control the center of the board with pawn in d4 and also pawn in e4. So the best move is to save the king first with short castle to the right, and bishop take pawn in c3. As we know that bishop in a5 is not a good position there, so he make exchange with knight. And in the next move, knight can move to a5 to dominate the c4 and b3 square. And knight take bishop and continue pawn take knight. And actually we can now move our plan with queen to b3 to make double threatening to f7 square. If he make defending with knight to h6, then we can continue bishop take knight And if pawn take bishop, then we can continue bishop take pawn in f7, check. So we have a strong position in this move, and we will be easy to win this game. But Mr. Paul Morphy not move queen to b3. He still gather another piece to attack. With first, he moved bishop to a3 and dominate the f8 square. And king will not easy to short castle. And he closed the attack with move to d6. And also to make easy, bishop can move to g4, threatening the knight. And at last, he moved queen to b3, double threatening to f7 square. And defending with knight to h6. And before, actually we can move bishop take knight in h6. And in next move, king will cancel castle to the right. In my opinion, in this position, Mr. Paul Morphy make a new plan with move queen take pawn in c3 and threatening the g7 square. And bishop will move to b2 to make a double attack. And now it's time for them to make king short castle to the right. And king will be more safe after short castle. But I don't know why Mr. Ernest, his uncle, not make king short castle. But he moved queen to f6, threatening the queen in c3. And in my opinion, this is a question move, because not so really necessary queen move to f6. It will be good if king short castle. And now it's time for a powerful pawn move to e5. And it's really helpful when pawn move to e5 in the middle of the game. They sort of a nice help when we get stuck to move in the middle of the game. And now pawn take pawn in e5. And now our bishop have a strong position in a3 to dominate the f8 square. So now it's too late for the king to short castle to the right. He wasted the time before when he can make king a short castle. And now rook move to e1. A nice move with make a triple threatening to pawn in e5 square. And now Mr. Paul Morphy have a good strong position and ready to make the last attack to make a checkmate. And now bishop move to d7. And it's time to save king to make a long castle to the left. And we cannot prevent the king to make a long castle. So now we thinking, let's say that he already long castle to the left and attack the left square with move rook to b1. So if he make long castle to the left, we already have a one move ahead to attack the b7 square. And queen will move to b2 to make double attack to b7 square. And as like we thinking, he moved king to long castle to the left. In this position you can see the best move after this. And yes, Mr. Morphy make a beautiful move here with bishop move to e6. And if he move pawn take bishop, then we can move queen to b2. And next, we can check with move queen to b7. But he not move pawn take bishop. But he move knight to a5 to defending the pawn. And I think this is a question move because he sacrificed knight in a5. And of course, we cannot take knight immediately because if we strike to move queen take knight, then queen will take bishop in a6, threatening the queen. Then we don't have a strong position anymore in this position. So Mr. Paul Morphy not immediately move queen take knight, but he make another move first, with a beautiful move with rook to c1. So queen can take pawn in c7 and make a checkmate. And also knight still free in a5. And of course he have to close the attack with bishop to c6. And now it's time to move queen take knight in a5. And we win one knight from black side, and also we have a strong position. And now no choice, only pawn take bishop in a6. And actually he not have a chance to fight back anymore in this position. He can only hope waiting for a mistake move. And after this, we can move knight take pawn in e5. So we close the square on d7. And king will cannot run away to d7. And also queen cannot take that knight. Queen will take queen. But unfortunately, Mr. Paul Morphy not move knight take pawn. But he move queen take pawn. Check. And no choice for the king. He can only move to d7. And we take a free bishop again with rook take bishop. And if queen take rook, then we can move knight take pawn in e5. And double threatening for the king and the queen. And we already win this game in this position. But in this match, he didn't move queen take rook. But he moved queen to f5. And a nice move again with rook take pawn in c7. Check. And if king take rook, then we can move queen to b7. Check. Checkmate in 20 move. And king cannot move to anywhere. So he didn't move king take rook. But he moved king to a8. And now queen to c6. Check. And king cannot move to anywhere. The only move is queen to d7. And the best move again with rook move to b8. And no choice, he can only move queen take queen. And rook to e7. Check. King only can move to f8. And rook to d8. Check. And he can only defend with queen move to e8. And rook take queen. Checkmate in 25 move. And Mr. Paul Morphy win this game. And thank you very much for watching this channel. And please don't forget to subscribe and like. And see you in the next video. Bye bye.